Hello, hi there. How you doing? This is Dr. Tinade again. So today, I'm looking for a VAR who wants to be my VAR. Anyway, I'm sure that's what one girl is saying somewhere now. Hey, what will happen to me on Valentine Day? Will somebody talk to me? Will I be somebody's VAR? Will somebody give me chocolate, sweet, card? Hey, yeah. So let's talk a little bit about this Valentine Day. So how did it really happen? He said some years back. So there were like even so many story, different ones about Valentine Day. Interesting stories anyway. One is there's this other Valentine. There are like two of them. They said they were martyred on February 14th. So they said there's one Valentine in those days that the emperor in Rome, they believe that young boys with wives, they don't do well on battlefields. So they now decided, okay, they're going to put an embargo on what? On weddings, on marriages, so that young men can go to war. So there's this now Valentine that believe, oh, this is wrong. Why would they not allow them to marry? So started conducting marriages secretly. Of course, it was caught, it was killed. There's one story there. There's some people say, no, it's not that Valentine. There's another one. It's called Telio. It's another one. That's another aspect of the story. And there's this one that they said, oh, that he was conducting wedding, and at a time he conducted wedding for somebody that married a jailer's daughter, and when he was writing the person before he died, he said, from your Valentine. And there's another story that said, no, it's not like that. That actually it was a young boy that was imprisoned, that a jailer's daughter came to visit. The boy saw the jailer's daughter was in love with the daughter. They got married, and on February 14th, he wrote to the girl, from your Valentine. That's an aspect of the story. And there's another one that people said, okay, that it wasn't like that, that actually there's this god, the one ancient god they call Lupacilla, that they worship that god on February 15th. But when Christendom came and they don't want that to go, they just use wisdom to just squeeze everything together to that, to maybe Christianize that God worshiping day or things like that. There's something like that. And there's this story that they said, no, it wasn't like that. Actually, that there's this man also that was J1 Duke, was jailed in London. And what happened, he wrote to his wife on the Valentine Day. And some other people say it's a lie. That is just this card industry, when they first came and they knew the story of Valentine, they just decided to sell their products, and that was what happened. And there's this story of this god, Eros, too, that they prayed to on the Valentine, on February 14th, they will choose their wives. Maybe the wives will retaliate in another day, and because of that. And somebody said, no, that because in February, that is when birds meet. So because there's this story already on 14th, so that is so many stories. But at least the constant one was like, be my Valentine. And there's this story of people who were martyred, and so many story about Valentine Day. But when I really look at it, looking at it in a way that, okay, at least some people were martyred, that is something we call sacrificial love. So now the story is, this sacrificial love, how did it degenerate to what we are having today, especially among our young ones? What happened? How did it change? So I'm sure somebody will say, doctor, what is your own now? With Valentine Day. So let me tell you my own day. It's because this Valentine Day give us work to do, more work to do. Number one, on Valentine Day, so many girls will get pregnant. Teenage girls, we have what we call teenage pregnancy. Because of Valentine Day, increases in prevalence of teenage pregnancy. That's not all. Sexually transmitted infections. Because you know what happened on Valentine Day? you will see boys, they do what we call binge sexing. That is like, and there's another one, we call it chem sex. They use some drugs, they use some things that stimulate them. And because they say Valentine Day is just followed, they just start, they have sex with a lot of girls like that. So we have that. Increases in prevalence of what? Sexually transmitted infections. That is what about the trauma? Because they go to all these clubhouses, they get drunk, they fight over girls, do a lot of issues like that. They come like that with trauma. I mean, they will use cutlasses, machetes, whatever they can use from themselves. They fight with broken bottles. Now, they will now come out to our own work in the hospital. So that is just like the norm now over the years. So that is why I have to come and talk about this video. And most especially for young girls. Because it's on this Valentine Day that somebody that has been keeping her virginity for a long time, they will lose it. Why? Because it's February 14th. Why? Because those ones, they cannot differentiate between love and sex. Because in the real sense of it, when we talk about this love, the arrows, the February 14th, ideally is supposed to be for you want. It's okay, February 14th, fine, for love between husband and wife. So what is the issue with our young ones and this Valentine Day? That somebody can even commit suicide. Why? Because no boy has ever told her or said to her, be my Val on Valentine Day, because she has never collected chocolate, sweet, and that. I see those ones that I received today are so, chocolate, and I'm like, what is this? Have you not eaten chocolate before? The red rose, the car, the sweet, the wine, and so what? You will lose something so precious like your virginity. And that is why you will see that a lot of girls they just don't even care about their virginity again because nobody told them. But the real issue is as a Christian, a born again Christian, you don't have sex until you're married. Sex outside marriage is wrong. It's a sin, actually. That's number one. Then culturally, I try to look at all the culture in Nigeria. In the real sense of us Nigerians, no, sex is after marriage too. When in Yoruba they call it banle, it's like the hymen is still there. When they don't meet it, at that time there's a trouble. Of course, I know that it's possible that somebody is a virgin and the person will not bleed when they have sex for the first time. That I know very well. But at least those ones are different. I'm just talking about people that will lose their virginity now. Why? Because of Valentine Day. So why should that happen actually? Why? Because somebody has not told them the difference between sex and love. They're quite different. These young girls, they want to feel among because they've been misinformed about Valentine Day. And maybe because two parents too are part of the problems. Maybe in their family, nobody has ever told her she's beautiful, she's fine, she's gorgeous, yes, fine. Nobody cared. And the first time this girl will be hearing something like that from a boy that can talk, that can sweet talk her into sex before she even knew it, because she just felt, oh, yeah, she's happy that somebody is appreciating her. So in that aspect, it could be the fault of parents. That those children, they don't have a kind of self-worth. You don't make them feel special. You have not told them that they are special. It's not until a boy tell them outside that I love you and they tell you they are beautiful. They say, I know before I'm beautiful. You don't need to tell me. So that is where the problem too is coming from. Parents too can be part of this problem we are having on Valentine Day among our young ones. See, and that's one of the reasons why I like Christianity actually. And this is the truth. I like being born again. Why? Because Christianity puts that value on women, and that's just the truth. I know a lot of Christians don't run their homes in a Christian way. Maybe they follow culture and tradition. But in the real sense of it, Christianity puts value on female, on wives, females. And that's why Christianity, the Bible talks about a woman being a weak vessel. And what it actually meant is this, that a woman is precious, delicate, something you take care of, something that you don't want it to fall apart. If you remember in those days, those China wares, those plates, very beautiful, fragile. You bring them out maybe when you are doing celebrations or when you have these beautiful visitors, and your mother will, our mothers now, clean them, wash, go and put in all these cupboards. If you, God help you to break one of those plates, I've broken some before. You will think that, is it more, that's how, is it more than plates? That is how women are actually supposed to be handled and taken care of. And at least, if nobody handle you like that, handle yourself like that too. Handle yourself like that too, actually, in the real sense of it. And that is why the way God made women is like this. At birth, God put a female child, let me just put it that way, under a father to take care of her, nourish her. After that, she get married to a husband too, under a husband. Unlike a man that is expected, okay, you stand alone after marriage. So women are precious. So if you are precious, treat yourself like that. Don't allow anybody to take that preciousness from you. So that's why I wonder when I see girls making things that are supposed to be private public. For example, now these two things on her chest. It's very special actually. They are meant for your husband and your children. But I wonder when I see girls, they want to just show it out small. Why? They've turned it to general property. Cinema house. Everybody can see. No. Those things are meant to be handled preciously. Not like a man will just come, they touch your body, touch your breast, anyhow, smoosh you, and you're here. No! Without even first giving that person a good slap. Why? Because there's no self-worth. There's no self-worth. A woman should have that. A young girl should have that. And how? Is by talking to them. Parents, indoctrinating them about that. So why should you show off the base of your breast for the public to see in the name that you want to dress sexy? Actually, it's not. And that is why some people still believe that girls are meant only for the kitchen and the bed. And that is very wrong, because ideally these days, there's nothing a man can do that a girl cannot do very well. In schools where girls are like the top in their classes, yes. So why should you allow your breast to be what describe you, and you think that by the time you are showing them the base of your breast, it will give you one importance? No, those things don't give people importance. Actually, it just make people feel like, okay, they can touch it anyhow. They can, because you even have it, you don't honor it. And the people were even copying the real English culture. There's a way there's a way they dress. You don't even touch their breast, because there's an honor they put on females. You are expected to marry as a virgin. If their culture have changed, it's just because, but that's not the original culture in the real sense of it. So you want to slay, and part of your slaying is showing off what is supposed to be hidden, making private property public. Maybe because nobody has told you of your preciousness. So if you're a female girl hearing this, or you are a parent hearing this, see, girls are precious, and that's it. their bodies, they're precious. The breast is not for public domain or public, public display. Let me put it like that. Either the nipple or the base. We should teach our girls to put what on their life. Have a class on their own. You shouldn't be the one that you are being in class and they'll be touching you and you'll be smiling like, what is that? It doesn't bring honor, actually. And you see, if you don't honor yourself, people will not honor you. Love is not about sex in the real sense of it. In a married setting, okay, maybe love can be part of it, but in the true sense of it, a man can sleep with a girl he doesn't love, and vice versa. So that is why don't even associate sex with love the way it is happening now on Valentine Day. That a boy will be looking for a girl to sleep with, and a girl will be looking for a boy that will sleep with her, and if that doesn't happen, they start feeling depressed, they start feeling bad. No, that is actually wrong. Unfortunately, because the card industry want to make his money, chocolate industry too, the rose and that, they promote that thing. But if it's promoted, I think you can promote that amongst married people, but not among the young ones. They shouldn't be encouraged to ruin their future on February 14th in the name of Valentine. They shouldn't. So what is the essence? STI, HIV, because of rose, chocolates. Does it worth it? Teenage pregnancy, because of rose, chocolates, wine. Trauma, because of chocolates, wine, and a card, red rose. Does it worth it? So, be my own Val. My husband is my Val anyway. So don't be looking for any Val. Put a word on your life, girl. Put yourself in a class of your own, girl. You are beautiful, because beauty is in the eyes of builder. In the real sense of it, we are all wonderfully made, and that's just the truth. If you see one old woman that is haggard, let them sew good clothes for that woman. Make good hair for her. Put good makeup. Now tell me if that woman will be beautiful or not. So beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. And Valentine's Day is not a day of sex for people that are not married. If you are doing that, you are just cheating yourself, actually. You are cheating yourself. You are being impatient. And that can ruin somebody's life. In fact, some people's life have been ruined because of Valentine's Day, February 14th. And that's the truth. Some people have died because of February 14th. Now I'm talking to the young ones. What is the point? So, young girl, especially, take care of yourself. Don't allow anybody to sweet talk you into sex on February 14th. Don't allow anybody to be smooshing your body or dishonoring you on February 14th. Be a girl that has a vision, a girl that is focused, that apart from bedroom and kitchen, that you can stand and miss your male counterparts and be able to talk and do something for your life, for your community, for your family. So another time, Dr. Tinade will continue on STI and female matters, but this is also a female matter. See you in another video. Thank you and bye.